What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my original segment, Boxingego's First Look, a tale of the tape series where I give you a sneak peek, a preview of the fight before the fight. Now, a fight I'm really looking forward to: Andre SOG Ward versus Sergey the Crusher Kovalev. Part 2, the rematch is going down Mandalay Bay, and I cannot wait. This is a good fight. I was at the first fight, and there's varying opinions on who won, how they won, and this will be a fight that I could tell neither fighter is going to want to lose. Now, that might sound cliche. Nobody really wants to lose any fight. However, especially this type of fight. Kovalev's been doing a lot of talking on social media, making memes and just overall jokes about the first fight, and Ward hits like a girl. Ward's been cool, calm, and collected. However, him and his team have taken jabs. There's rumors, or those rumors actually prove true, that Kovalev's trainer, John David Jackson, was somehow, now there's disputes on how it happened, but somehow was opting to possibly join forces with Ward's team, but the money didn't add up and the situation wasn't right, so he stayed with Kovalev. So there's some art of war, Sun Tzu type of strategic warfare. You got the in-your-face warfare from Kovalev, and overall I'm just looking forward to it. This is an excellent fight. The rematch, no excuses, June 17th, again, Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay. Now, this is the other thing. This is also, light heavyweight is shaping up. You got Ward, who has the light heavyweight belts from Kovalev. He's looking to prove that the first fight wasn't a fluke and clean up his work and have a more dominant performance where there's some more separation shown. KRUSHER, he wants to do the opposite. He wants to prove that it's really the American judges or the knockdown. He can reproduce those results. And light heavyweight is shaping up. You got Marcus Brown versus Shawnee Monahan, who just had a press conference today. And you have Artur Beterbiev, who's a beast, looking good. Doesn't have the biggest name. Adonis Stevenson just beat Andre Ward's stablemate last week, and that was Andres Fanfara. He cleaned up his rematch, got him out of there in the second round. So there's a lot of action. Joe Smith Jr. versus Sullivan Barrera, a guy Andre Ward beat. Joe Smith Jr. knocked Bernard Hopkins out of the ring, stopped Fanfara in the first round. That is a good eliminator style of fight. And you have Vodsdik, who's friends with Ukrainian high-tech Vasyl Lomachenko. Just a lot of action overall. So this is the Judgment Day fight, and it's one of the most meaningful fights that we have on the calendar for 2017, and I'm really looking forward to it. You look at Ward, he mixes it up. He's not just a technical fighter. Sometimes he gets in on the inside, which is, to me, one of Kovalev's weaknesses on the inside. Kovalev is an excellent boxer with clear power, but he likes to do his work mid to outrange, and I think the styles will gel well. A lot of people thought in the first fight that this could be a boring fight, and I was there live at the T-Mobile Arena where the first fight took place, November 19th, 2016, and it was everything but boring. I think the styles meshed well. Both guys showed heart. Neither guy wanted to lose their undefeated perfect record, and this is what boxing needs. I do expect the rematch to do better numbers than the first fight. The first pay-per-view didn't do the greatest numbers, but I think controversy sells at the end of the day. The drama, the anticipation, that all those things are going to help the ticket sales. Plus Kovalev, before, if you look at the Kovalev, I noticed a change of both personalities, especially Kovalev. In the first fight, Kovalev, I was at roundtables with Kovalev, and he was respectful. He was respectful and respectable towards Andre Ward. He's like, no, he's a good champion, and we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? He didn't really say anything bad about Andre Ward. Fast forward to the future, after feeling like he got jobbed by the judges, it's Andre Ward is a piece of shit. It like, girl, like, you know what I mean? It's different stuff, and like the true colors or the true feelings came out after going 12 with them. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. I gotta see, like I said, I want to see Ward, see if he can produce the same results, create more separation to leave the fans without a doubt, kind of like Mayweather Castillo. Mayweather had a very tough fight, first fight with Jose Luis Castillo, came back the same year and cleaned it up, and this is a similar situation. So I want to see if Andre Ward can do that. For Kovalev, I want to see him all the stuff he says, I promise I'll knock him out, and I'll prove he's son of judges and things like that. Let's see it. And I'm looking forward to it. This is what boxing needs. The Joshua Klitschko, the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr., the Ward Kovalev. These are the meaningful fights that boxing needs. Canelo versus Golovkin, another great one. So I'm just happy that 2017 is lit and we're getting so many phenomenal fights that actually mean something, that actually help shape the division, because this is what grows the sport of boxing. Top level competitors, elite level fighters. There's one loss between the two of these guys, Ward and Kovalev. And both guys, whoever wins this is gonna deserve it, because they both look hungry. They're both mentally tough, and that's very important to me, because there's a lot of talented fighters, and I'm not gonna say any names, but there's a lot of talented fighters who don't always have it put together mentally, and sometimes that haunts them. So when the going gets tough, they end up quitting or they fall apart and unravel. These guys have not really shown that. That's why fights like this to me are combustible. Both guys have confidence in their ability. Both guys have pretty much said the same thing in different terms about how they're going to win and things like that. And I think they really believe that. They really believe they're the better fighter. And that's what makes this so combustible and explosive, because somebody's will has to get broken. When you have, it's like two semis playing chicken going head on. Like somebody's going to swerve, or you're going to both crash and see who survives. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. And Ward Kovalev 2 is a great fight. It's a meaningful fight. It's a championship fight. And there's also big paydays in store for the winner. Like I said, Adonis Stevenson, he's almost 40. He needs to fight top level competitors. You have Joe Smith Jr., Sullivan Barrera. Since they lost, right, they've bounced back in their careers and they've done some good things. So I think both of those guys should be up for title shots shortly. You know what I mean? Shawnee Monahan, Marcus Brown, two undefeated fighters. Maybe they deserve a title shot, whoever wins that fight, if they win impressively. So a lot of action. I think Kovalev and Ward also deserve the payday. This will be on HBO pay-per-view. And overall, it's a fight that boxing needs, and it's an immediate rematch. A lot of people, they down Ward. He said, I might retire after. And he says he was serious about it. And they gave Ward shtick about possibly retiring, but he did what was right for the sport, and he took the challenge. And there's nothing you could really say as a man, you know what I mean, as a woman, as a adult, as a real boxing fan. He did what the fans were asking, which is give this guy a shot. We don't know if you beat him fully, so you got to give props. I'll always salute that, and also salute to KRUSHER, because after losing, this if he loses again, then people will be like, oh man, you were exposed. You know what I mean? So it's a dangerous fight for both fighters as far as I'm concerned, and they're both risking it just like they did in the first fight. So I tip my hat off to Kovalev and also Ward for putting it on the line yet again. The fight was announced within 4 or 5 months of the first fight, so they didn't delay and drag their feet like people were making it seem. Shout out to Rock Nation, shout out to Main Events. Now let's take a look at the tale of the tape. After beating Sergey Kovalev last November, Andre Ward remains unbeaten, the last American male Olympic gold medalist. And as a professional, he has a record of 31-0, still unblemished. He's had tough fights, won the Super 6, and he's still here with that O intact. Sergey Kovalev, he has a near perfect record of 31-1, one draw, and that one loss obviously to Andre Ward in last year's most meaningful fight, 2016. And that one loss, it wasn't so bad where people lose respect for Kovalev or he got dominated. This was a high-speed chess match, and Kovalev is looking to keep that as a 1 instead of having that turn into a 2, losing the rematch. And this is the thing that I love about doing the first look, the tale of the tape. The fights that we think as fans, at least when I'm preparing these videos, I'm like, man, this is a good fight. Every time that I put together the actual stats, you get to see on paper, it's even showing you that this is a competitive fight. Age, very close. There's 1 year difference between the two. Andre Ward is 33 years old. Sergey Kovalev 1 year older at 34. Height, they are both listed at 6 foot. This is taking place at light heavyweight for the belts, 175 pounds. And even the reach is very close. Andre Ward has a reach of 71 inches versus Kovalev, who has a reach of 72.5 inches. So these stats don't get much closer. There's one loss between the two of them. There's 1 year apart from their age. The height is listed at the same exact. Ward has had more time to acclimate to light heavyweight. Kovalev has been there, so the weight's even. Both guys are professional, so I fully expect them both to make weight. Kovalev did say that he overtrained in the first fight and now he feels better. He got a new strength and conditioning coach from Russia and he's enjoying stuff. I was at the Ward Media Day. He looks in shape, so both guys are professional. I fully expect them to make weight. And there's a 1.5 inch reach difference, so very close. Now, the thing Ward has to be careful with, Kovalev has a very prominent and distinguished jab. That is a very good jab, and Kovalev is not afraid to throw it. Ward, there was one of my favorite moments in the first fight where Ward was winding up, kind of doing the bolo punch, and Kovalev just bop and popped him. Ward went back and did it again, even though he got popped with a very stiff jab. So again, this shows you that it's combustible. Neither guy wants to back down. Neither guy is going to give the other person anything. No one's going to give the other person an inch. Like, okay, you caught me with a jab, I'm going to do it right again in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So I like that spirit from both fighters. Again, on paper, after watching the first fight live and then on TV, this is what boxing needs. It's a good fight. It's a close fight. And after, there shouldn't be any excuses. May the best man win. Let me know who wins. Make sure you catch up with all the HBO preview shows and specials. But I'm really looking forward to this fight. This is a great, meaningful fight. And we'll see who wins in a few weeks. Drop your thoughts in the comments section, your fight predictions. Make sure you share the video, like the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.